Hey everyone, welcome to Nick's Corner. I'm Nick, you're in my corner. Today we are going to talk about it and its adaptations. Well, I'm not going to quite talk on the 1990s TV shows that they had out, although I thought that one had its own merits of being really great. This one, I am tackling it Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 together. I really want them to make a super cut of that movie put together. Although there's a lot of things different and missing, they also hit on a lot of things that the original in the 90s did not. The one thing I didn't like about the movies was that they split the adults and the kids section into movies, two different movies, and in the books you get them simultaneously, which is what I meant by a super cut I would love to have. In the book, I believe Mike makes them go and get tokens to defeat it, and they didn't really mention that in the movie, which I thought was a little weird. Mike is also put into the hospital from the attack on Bowers, and he's not actually there for the fight at the end. In the book, we also know that it is a female and it is pregnant and likely to have a baby it soon, so they have to kill it. Also, why wasn't the turtle involved? The only turtle that was mentioned was when they were swimming in the quarry. I was like, nah. Anyway, the book reads a lot darker than what the movies were, and I know that might seem strange coming from a horror film, but it is way darker. The pain that's inflicted upon people in this book is ridiculous, and not ridiculous in like a bad way, but ridiculous, not ridiculous in a bad way, not ridiculous in like a cheesy, crazy way. Ridiculous as in like everything is taken to an extreme, and it's tough to read at some points. The films have had many changes to it, but that's all right. Also, the town of Derry. Now, Stephen King, whenever he writes, he always seems to write like locations as characters. Like the Pet Cemetery is a character on its own in the book. The hotel is a character on its own in The Shining. Derry is a character on its own in it. Derry is reactive and has its own things going on with it while we follow the story. So it's even got its own little magic to it where you forget when you leave, and when you come back, all those memories come back. I think that's why in the book, them saying goodbye was a lot harder at the end, because when they were saying goodbye, they knew that their memories were going to get wiped again. They weren't going to remember each other going forward. And I think that was one of the things that the show kind of did, is they all stayed in touch in the movie, as opposed to forgetting each other at the end, which there is that. And, you know, like the whole, I think in the book, Richie is kind of like into Eddie or something like that, and they kind of hint at it in the movies, but they don't really go for it. Stephen King is just a phenomenal writer. When you get a book that large, like it's huge, and every page is just turn and turn and turning because it's so interesting and so gripping. When you take that and you try to turn it into a movie, it's gonna be difficult to adapt. Now, people say Gerald's Game is his most difficult book to adapt. The movie was fantastic. I haven't read the book yet. Looking forward to it. I thought it was going to be very difficult to adapt because it is a very strange book. It's eldritch horror in modern day. And I think that's what he was going for, and I think he hit the nail on the head for it. The adaptation was very entertaining. I do wish they didn't split up the kids and adults. I wish they kind of like mingled them in together. I would sit through a 5 hour long supercut of that film. That I think it would be very interesting, very well done. Um, but once again, that's up to the directors and stuff. Anyway, guys, that's my adaptations talk on it. It's not very thorough or crazy, but it's a nice little introduction of some of the differences between the books and the movies. I'm also going to be rewatching the old TV series and doing an adaptations episode on that as well. So we will be talking about that there as well. So look forward to that. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful day, and thank you for coming to the corner.